Coach Yengiao para sa Red Bull, no?
Throwback.
At nakita naman natin sa game number 1, nag-start sina Homer Se, sina John Ordonio, at saka si Jim Alterion. Now those 3 players are sitting on the bench. At bago na naman ang starting lineup dito ni Coach Yengiao, looking to catch Coca-Cola off guard with Topex Robinson, with Junti Valenzuela playing the number 2 spot, at saka si Nick Penisi.
Here's Penisi working against Mike Sanford. Penisi looking around. Out to Robinson. Thomas. Ito. Maganda feed to Devon Hart, and the layup by Robinson. Medyo alanganin siya ng Johnny Abarientos has it. Out to Mike Sanford. Tuloy-tuloy ang atake ni Sanford. Wala. And nobody there for the rebound para sa Coca-Cola Tigers.
Again, check out the defensive matchups dito, no? Si Rudy Hatfield again is gonna take on Victor Thomas. Ito sinasabi natin, malaking advantage for Coca-Cola to have a local defender in Hatfield who can guard the imports.
Binid na naman ang reverse layup this time by Devon Hart para sa Red Bull Barako. Wala pa po nakaka-score dito sa dalawang koponan.
Interesting that the 3 attempts that have been made from the field have all come from inside the shaded area. At wala pa pumapasok, no?
Oh, ito na. Coach Window, hindi rin pumasok ang tira from point blank range off the pass.
4 layups have been missed. You can sense that both these teams look very tense. They're very uptight.
Junti Valenzuela wants to capitalize on the matchup against Johnny Abarientos in that particular situation, and he draws first blood. 2-0 lead para sa Red Bull Barako. Wala na pong bukas para sa Red Bull Barako kung hindi po nila makukuha itong larong ito. They have to win it. There are no ifs and buts about it. Johnny Abarientos, Ponce Rino, kanina binabantay ni Topex Robinson, wanted to get the pass, pero hindi na salo ni Ponce Rino, and they turn it over.
Well, hirap sila doon, no? Jeffrey Carriazo did not get possession on the basketball. In a situation like that, paubos na ang shot clock. You need the ball in the hands of your best penetrator, Jeffrey Carriazo.
Topex Robinson off to Devon Hart. And Junti Valenzuela na naman ang binigyan nila sapagkat si Johnny Abarientos ang nagbabantay sa kanya. But good help defense by Rudy Hatfield. Valenzuela gets it back. However, kumakas si Topex Robinson. Finger roll goes. Devon Hart follows it up for 2. And it's a 4-0 lead.
By Red Bull. Getting early control of the boards. The Barakos, importante sa kanila that they have control of the rebounds because that will also give them an opportunity to dictate the tempo ng laro nato.
Hatfield inside. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Ponce Rino. No basket there. So scoreless pa rin po ang Coca-Cola Tigers. It's a 4-0 lead by Red Bull Barako in Game 2 of the best-of-3 series between Coca-Cola and Red Bull. Coca-Cola leading the series 1-0.
At kanina, napapag-usapan natin yung backcourt advantage ng Coca-Cola. One big reason why they have been able to get that advantage is because si Denver Lopez ay hindi pa nakakalaro sa series na ito. In fact, he will not be able to play until the end of the conference. He's gone for 6 weeks because of a plantar fascia problem on his heel. He has sat out the last 4 games, si Denver Lopez. He's hitting 42% from 3-point distance. Red Bull badly needs him sa kanilang backcourt rotation. Will not be able to use it.
Well, nasabi nga natin, marami rin hindi paglaro ng maganda nung game number 1. Players like Jimwell Torion, Homer Se, who was coming off a spectacular performance as Vic Penisi comes up with the first 3-point shot of the game to give the Red Bull Barako a 9-0 lead here in the first quarter of this ball game. Game number 2 of the best-of-3 series here in the semifinal round of the Gran Matador Fiesta Conference. And an early 30-second timeout is called. Dito po, makikita ninyo yung pasa kay Devon Hart against Mike Sanford, no less. And Hart delivering the goods there para sa Red Bull Barako. Dito naman si Junti Valenzuela sets up Nick Penisi for the 3-point shot.
Maganda rito sa Red Bull is that they are passing the ball around.
Tigers, nabanggit nga na ni Paolo kanina, ni Paolo Trillo in his report, na marami po mga ikakay may dinaramdam sa lineup ng Red Bull Barako. Talk about Enrico Villanueva. Of course, you mentioned Jennifer Lopez, who has been sidelined for quite some time now. Si Nelson Aceitono hindi rin maglalaro.
Yes, balita natin si Nelson ay nasiko sa may bandang muka, namamaga ang kanyang muka. At nakasiko yata sa kanya si either Oliver Agapito, who's a practice player ng Red Bull, o si Nick Penisi. But well, either way, Aceitono is not able to play. Pero naman itong Red Bull, Red Bull is fiercest when their back is against the wall. Parang wounded tiger yan. Ito, nakita natin si Denver Lopez. He's in civilian clothes on the bench.
Nakikita mo ba si Nelson Aceitoro? Parang hindi ko
Hindi.
nakikita.
Namamagaya tayo mukha. Kanya sabi siguro nila.
Oy, teka, ano ito?
Sa bahay sandali. Ito, may technical foul.
Ano ito? Chico? Sino?
Technical foul on number 3, Mark Sanford.
Mark Sanford is called for a technical foul. And he is complaining about something. Let's see here. Kung ano nangyari?
Ito, sandali. Ano yan? Ano yung nangyari? Ito, tapos.
Ayun.
Yun.
Ayun ang naging dahilan. Well, apparently, medyo gumaganti siguro ito si Mark Sanford. Can the technical free throw.
Now that's a 10-0 blast here. What an opening for a team that has a depleted lineup. Sabi ko nga, no? Ito parang wounded tiger and Red Bull, no? When their back is against the wall, they roar the loudest.
50% from the floor.
Well, check out also yung field goal attempts of Coca-Cola. They've only taken 3, now 4 attempts from the floor as against 8 for Red Bull.
That was Rudy Hatfield missing there. Junti Valenzuela again attacking the defense of Johnny Abarientos. Pero tumapak. He stepped on the baseline. Medyo masyadong grado ito si Junti Valenzuela para ika nga masamantala yung mismatch niya kay Johnny Abarientos. Jeffrey Carriazo has it. Here's Abarientos against Throwback Robinson. Rob Wainwright off to Carriazo and Hatfield. Lumalabas si Johnny Abarientos is wide open with a three-point shot. Short. And Hatfield has the rebound. Kick out to Wainwright. Out to Carriazo. Carriazo. Ball fake. Ayaw pa rin. Just, ano ba nangyari dito sa Coca-Cola? Ayaw pumasok ang tira. So somebody put a lock on that rim. 10-0 lead here para sa Red Bull Barako. Coach Chot Reyes, no reason for him to panic at the moment. Nasa first quarter pa lang tayo mga kapatid. 7:52 to go in this period. Topex Robinson out to Devon Hart.
Now you notice that Rob Wainwright has come in to check ito si Thomas, no? And they want Rudy Hatfield to concentrate a little bit on his rebounding and his offense.
Para ganda ng cut ni Topex Robinson, pero alam niya naman na sobrang lalaki ng mga tao doon sa ilalim. Handed it off at the last moment to Devon Hart, who picks up the foul for Rudy Hatfield. That'll be his first personal and second team foul para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. So an opportunity for Devon Hart to add to this 10-0 lead by Red Bull Barako.
You see a lot of coaching moves being made here by both these coaches. Now Sanford sat down a little bit because nabigyan siya ng technical foul. So I'm sure Coach Chot Reyes wanted to tell him, you've got to simmer down. One more technical foul and you're gone. And Coca-Cola cannot win this game without the import on the floor, especially at this very early stage.
Well, some more adjustments by Coach Chot Reyes. Pinabunan niya si Johnny Abarientos at si Jeffrey Carriazo.
Well, hindi maganda kasi yung pasimula ng starting lineup ni Coach Chot Reyes. So he's looking now for offense. Rob Wainwright is there for that purpose. Also Wainwright, as we mentioned, is there to take on Victor Thomas on defense. Ito, makita natin kung ano mangyayari dito. In the way that Coca-Cola is running the offense.
Wow, maganda na sana yung saksak.
Pero walang crisp passing eh.
At saka wala rin tumutulong sa ilalim, there's the entry pass for Victor Thomas being watched by Rudy Hatfield. Thomas gets inside and scores on the short jumper. Lumolobo na ito, 14-0 lead by the Red Bull Barako as Hatfield is met by Pinisi. Rafi Rivas is also in the court together with Atob Morano para sa Coca-Cola. Sanford has it. Sanford biglang tumira. Wala kang kaporma-porma yung tira na yun. Pero nagiging frustrated na siguro sa Mark Sanford at the moment. Alam mo, tumisan, ano lang yan eh. You just have to get over the hump, Isang...
an icebreaker is what they need.
Para mabago lang yung takbo. Ang diskarte, loose ball. Victor Thomas has it.
Pero the hustle plays are going Red Bull's way.
That's right. Ayun na. Ang ganda ka na pasahan.
16-0 blast. At walang sagot ang Coca-Cola.
Unbelievable. This is the semifinals And the Red Bull Barako has zoomed off to a 16-0 lead sa pag-umpisa po ng first quarter. Dahil naman ito, game number 16-0 juggernaut by Red Bull Barako. Coach Chot Reyes has maintained a zen-like composure so far. Although katatawag lang niya nung timeout na yun, kailangan naman talaga, no? Hindi pa sila nakakascore. Rob Wainwright gives it to them.
That's a good look. But partner, that was a good execution of the play. Nagkaroon sila ng assist. Dapat Coca-Cola must play composed basketball, move the ball around, and look for the open man.
Yun ang sinasabi ni Coach Chot Reyes. Kailangan mag-relax ka ng konti. Hindi gigil na gigil. As Junti Valenzuela leans into the defense and is called for the offensive foul. Hindi po mali yung graphic na yan, mga kaibigan. Kung bubukas sila ng mga TV nyo, tama po yan. 16-2 ang ating score sa kasalukuyan. Pero maaga pa tayo. First quarter pa lang na labanang ito. Rafi Rivas has the basketball against Nick Pinisi. Ato Morano lalak kay Topex Robinson. Morano inside the paint. Ayun na naman ang setup job para kay Rob Wainwright. Not that time, however. Topex Robinson recovers the loose ball in a 3-on-1 here by Red Bull. And this time, Junti Valenzuela sidestepping the defense of Ato Morano for the easy lay-in.
Valenzuela already with 7 points to lead all scorers sa game na ito, no? And in terms of rebounding, malaki-laki na yata ang lamang dito ng Red Bull in terms of rebounding. I think it might be 11-3. 11-3 ang advantage ng mga Barakos.
Mabigat yun, pero ay naman yung skyhook ni Mark Sanford. Yun ang sinasabi na ni Coach Chot Reyes. Kailangan relax lang, hindi yung pinipilit. Ano, ha? So it is an 18-4 count. 14 puntos pa naghihiwalay sa dalawang kumaran sa pabor ng Red Bull Barako. Here's Victor Thomas to Devon Hart. Hart, out again to Thomas. Thomas with a three-point shot. Yes!
That time, nagsona yung Coca-Cola. Nakita ng Red Bull that they had to go to the outside shot, and Thomas ringing the bell from the outside.
4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
And so far, Red Bull has all the answers to whatever problems that Coca-Cola is posing on the Barakos.
Mas maraming problema ang Coca-Cola ngayon kesa sa Red Bull Barako. Topex Robinson in the front court, met by Rob Wainwright. Out to Junti Valenzuela. Valenzuela spreading the needle there, passing out to the referee. And into the TV panel.
Alam mo, napapag-usapan natin yung rebounding. You've really got a problem. Robinson is the smallest player on the floor. Nakaka-4 na rebound na yan.
Aba?
So there's something wrong with the way the situation is going for Coca-Cola.
That situation has to be remedied. Alam natin yung mga ganyan mga statistics sa ngayon. Medyo may kasama rin lucky break na para kay Topex Robinson. Ano? Pero sometimes those breaks come when you work harder. Sanford missing again. That is to Topex Robinson, another loose ball recovery. And on the break, masyado malakas yung tira ni Tugane, but the Victor Thomas is there for the putback.
That's unforgivable. You know, the part of Coca-Cola, naka-transition attempt na nga ang Red Bull, but hindi pa sila nakakuha ng defensive rebound at naka-second chance points pa ang Red Bull. On the other hand, only one attempt here for Coca-Cola, and they're not getting good looks at the basket.
That one was good.
Finally.
Yeah, Ato Morano scoring that one. And the lead of Red Bull Barako, 23-7. Out of this Victor Thomas. 16-point lead para sa Red Bull Barako inside the ball. Hart fumbling it. And outside, touch mark by Lordy Tugate.
Now, Johnny Abarientos is back in for Rafi Rivas, so a small man for a big man. And it's funny that now they have 2-point guards on the floor, si Morano at si Abarientos. I think it's very clear that Coach Chot Reyes wants orchestration sa kanilang execution in the half court. No?
Kailangan may sistema eh. Rudy Hatfield lets it fly. Hatfield gets it back. Checks it out to Morano. That is to Johnny. Oh, nice pass. Oh, blocked by Pinisi.
That's a great
loose
block.
ball.
Good anticipation.
Oo. Akala ko lusot na eh. Kasi ganda ng pasa ni Johnny. Papunta rin kay Sanford. Victor Thomas is open. Not there. Sanford para sa rebound, para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. We have 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Johnny Abariento setting up the play para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Here's Ato Morano.
Contrasting pace. Nakita natin itong Red Bull. Every opportunity, they are running. At ang Coca-Cola, they're slowing it down.
Well, kung sino makapagdidikta ng pace dito. Yun ang makalalaman. Johnny Barrientos, wala. Lodi Tugani trying to recover it. Dalawa sila ni Throwback Robinson. And here, the breaks are going for the Coca-Cola Tigers, but they just can't get the ball to fall.
Jeffrey Carriazo is back in the ball game. Alam mo, maganda ng ginawa ni Coach Reyes. So, nakita niyo yung kanyang starting lineup, medyo pangit ang kanilang pasimula. So he wanted to sit down Carriazo at saka si Barrientos to get them to calm themselves, no? Get them to settle down. And now, there's an opportunity for them to show what they can do. At binalik na sila dito sa first quarter.
Hatfield with second serving. Tayo pa rin. Wainwright gets it back. Johnny Barrientos, short jump and nako! Ano ini? Ito na si Victor Thomas.
And again, tumatakbo ito Red Bull. The bright spot in that offensive ng Coca-Cola is that they were able to get attempts at second chance points.
Several attempts ang naibigay sa Coca-Cola Tigers o nakuha nila para sa kanilang sarili with a couple of offensive rebounds. Samantala, walang score yun. Yung tirang yun, it is still 23-7. Nauna yung foul, and there's going to be a sideline inbounds here para sa Red Bull Barako with 14 seconds on their shot clock. Narito po tayo ngayon sa PhilSport Arena sa Pasig City, Pilipinas. Magandang gabi po at salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at pagtaguyod sa inyong PBA.
Ito si Leo Benido checking in for Johnny Barrientos. Coca-Cola scored only 7 points in this quarter so far, 1:41 to go. In game number 1, in the first quarter, Coca-Cola scored 22 points.
Layo ah. Ito si Victor Thomas. Out to Lordy Tugani. 3-point shot by Lordy. Lordy.
Fully loaded ang Red Bull for this game against the Tigers.
Highly energized ang Red Bull Barako. At ito ngayon, Sanford. Inside to Carriazo. That's one of the rare plays that's worked for Coca-Cola.
Jeffrey Carriazo. Great movement without the basketball, getting himself free for the open layup shot sa loob.
Jim Torion is at the point guard slot para sa Red Bull Barako. And the outside shot by Tugani doesn't fall that time. Mark Sanford gets the loose ball. 26-9 ang ating score sa panig po o sa pabor ng Red Bull Barako.
Coca-Cola, 18% shooting from the floor. That's 4 out of 22.
So we call it miserable?
Atrocious. Anything less than 20%. Actually, anything less than 30%.
Mabigat yun. Medyo asamatic na nyo.
Naka-airball pa nga. So, bumaba pa ng a few percentage points.
Thomas shots it home. Off the miss by Nick Pinisi. A throwdown by Victor Thomas.
Well, that should tell you the story in the first quarter.
Mabigat.
Yung intensity level, aggressiveness ng Red Bull Barako, and again, another missed shot ng Coca-Cola.
Ilaglata kaya ng Red Bull Barako, inuubos itong mga player ni Coach Yengiao.
Look at that open situation for Jimwell Torreon.
And the ball have with the offensive rebound. Ito lang ito Tugani was all alone. Nako po!
It's a 21-point lead.
So, pumasok naman yung tira ni Leo Benito.
Swak yun.
Yes, that's counted.
Coca-Cola had 21 assists. And that allowed them to shoot 41.9% from the floor.
Well, marami namang mga magagandang play itong Coca-Cola. Lamang, parang nakikita natin, yung depensa ng Red Bull Barako has stymied a lot of the shooters of Coca-Cola Tigers. We've seen some what looked like easy shots worked by people like Jeffrey Carriazo, Johnny Barrientos, and Al. Ito si Reynald Hugnatan pumasok na for the first time para kay Coach John Reyes. He's got the leather.
Well, even Will Antonio is now on the floor for Coca-Cola. Coach is looking at different combinations now on the floor. But talking about the defense ng Red Bull, grabe yung ginawa nila.
Big Pinesi with a
and
shot
look at that. Tinamaan sa mukha.
Lordy Tugani fouled on the way up by Jeffrey Carriazo.
Well, you talk about aggressiveness, Ed.
Yes. Nakikita mo, atake ng atake po mga kaibigan itong Red Bull Barako. And that has served them well. Ito, akala natin lusot na naman. Pero nakakadalawa na ito si Mick Pinisi yung butata doon sa ilalim. Ito, perfectly timed shot block by Mick Pinisi.
At kanina nakita natin ito si Lordy Tugade attacking the basket in transition, getting hit in the face, and he just shrugged it off.
That's how tough you get to be pagka nagiging veterano ka na dito sa PBA Wars. And Lordy Tugade cashes in on both free throws to make a 20-point lead. para sa Red Bull Barako very early in the game. We're only in the first minute of the second quarter. There's a steal by Lordy Tugade, the man pass by Avenida. Wow! And he slams it home! Lordy Tugade with an exclamation point.
And Tugade now has scored 9 points in this game. Punctuated that with a slam dunk.
Well, pinalitan niya si Junti Valenzuela, and he took over from where Junti left off.
Alam mo, this is an unforgiving defense being played by Red Bull. No?
Oh, yeah.
They're cutting the passing lane. Na-anticipate ng Red Bull kung saan ang gagaling yung mga pasa. And talking about anticipation, ito po ang nangyari. Na-anticipate ni Lordy Tugade yung pasa, and then the slam dunk in transition.
Here, another shot block, this time by Victor Thomas on the driving Leo Avenido. And look at that smile on the face of the Victor Thomas. As wily as the smile of the cat.
And you see Coach Chotres very, very quiet on the bench. Yung depensa na pinakita ng Coca-Cola, kaya tayong nahawa Red Bull. Yung pinakita niya sa Game 1.
Nakakuha ng Red Bull Barako ang formula na ginamit sa Coach Chotres or nakagawa ng sariling formula. Ito sila Coach Yen Gia to shut down
I think it's a matter of intensity. At kitang-kita natin dito, no, every shot of Coca-Cola being challenged and contested by Red Bull.
Jimwell inside, underneath to Homer Se. Ito si Homer Se, hindi po pumuntos ito nung game number 1, but now has a reverse layup. You remember a couple of games ago, Homer Se scored 20 points and a career high in the quarterfinal round. Hugnatan. 36-16 ang ating score. 20-point lead para sa Red Bull. Barako Jimwell Torion out to Victor Thomas. Big Pinisi, the three-point shot is no good. Homer there with the tap. Picked up by Victor Thomas. And Thomas pulls up and scores again on a jump shot.
And everything falling the way of Red Bull.
Yung assist story, sinasabi mo Kinito. Ang ganda-ganda ng mga assist story para sa Coca-Cola Tigers noong game number 1 na baliktad ngayon. Marami na baliktad, actually. Here's Reynald Hugnatan against Homer Se. Hugnatan can't get inside. Takes it out to Jeffrey Carriazo. Good fake against Lordy Tugade. Missed the shot, however. And Victor Thomas has the rebound for Red Bull Barako. Here's Thomas looking inside. Down low to Homer Se. Power move by Homer Se. Wala. Carriazo para sa rebound. Lamang ng 22 ang Red Bull Barako sa pagkakataong ito mga kaibigan here in the second quarter. Reynald Hugnatan looking around for a receiver. Here's Will Antonio. Nice pick given up by Rivas. And the jumper by Will Antonio.
Shock troopers ng Coca-Cola getting some points here. In the second period, si Hugnatan nakascore na, si Avenido at saka si Antonio. So the shock troopers are all scoring here for Coca-Cola. What happened to the starters?
That's right. Nasa bench ngayon si Johnny Abarientos, si Paul Swedish, si Rudy Hatfield. Ang natitira sa kanilang starting unit, si Jeffrey Carriazo. And siyempre pa, si Jeffrey lang dahil pati yung kanilang import, nakaupo na rin si Mark Sanford. Si Jeffrey Carriazo lang ang natira sa starting unit ng Coca-Cola sa kasalukuyan. Jimwell Torion. To Thomas. Thomas top of the key. Three-point shot is good! Pinapaulanan na. Oo, yun nga sinasabi natin. Pinapaulanan po ng Red Bull Barako itong Coca-Cola Tigers. We have 8 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ato Morano sets up Will Antonio from that same spot. Missed it that time, and Jimwell Torion picks up the leather. Para sa Red Bull Barako, forward to Vic Pinisi. Another three-point shot? No. Yeah. Lordy Tugade trying to... Oh, bad break here. Para
Carriazo pa, natawagan ng foul. Mark Sanford is checking back in along with Rudy Hatfield. So Chotres is not giving up. This is a 23-point lead enjoyed by Red Bull. Pero sabi siguro ni Coach Chotres, buti na nakalamang ng Red Bull na 23 dito sa first half rather than in the second half. They still have a lot of time to catch up. Well, he's not giving up the ship because he's sending back Rudy Hatfield and Mark Sanford at the next available opportunity.
Dito sa the one half, kana naman ang ginamit mga kaibigan. Scores again inside. Well, kanina nasabi natin Coach Chotres has been holding his composure pretty well. Pero nitong huling hinto ng play, nagsisisigaw na siya doon sa kanyang mga players, trying to egg them on.
Well, this is a 25-point lead.
Oo, about time. Somebody gets intense about this. Pero ngayon, another botch play there by Coca-Cola. Homer set. Wala. Rivas para sa rebound. Here's Ato Morano. Pero nakababa na kagad sa depensa ang mga player ng Red Bull Barako. Another setup job here para kay Will Antonio. Runs into the half. Hands it off to Rafi Rivas. It's taken away by Jimwell Torion, who immediately calls a timeout. Pero dito po, at pinanonood itong labang ito as Ato Morano tries to steal off Jimwell Torion. 7-11 remaining in the second quarter. Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay sa buong Pilipinas. Ito po ang inyong live coverage ng semi-final round game between Coca-Cola and Red Bull Barako. Game number 2 of their best of 3. Uy, 10 seconds.
Oh, backcourt violation eh. They should have inbounded the ball over quickly, not to the front court.
Na kaagad. Nagkalimutan.
Oo. So lapse in concentration then ng Red Bull.
Hindi naman papagalitan ni Coach yan.
Okay lang. 25-point lead.
They can afford it.
Well, he's working on the floor para sa Tigers. Ang sabi niya, for those of you who don't want to play, you sit down on the bench. For those of you who want to play, go there inside the court. So that's our update nanggaling dito sa Coca-Cola Tigers huddle.
Maraming salamat, Paolo Trillo, with that report from the Coca-Cola bench. Alam natin that Coach Chot Reyes is one of the best motivators in the league. Pinakikita niya na hindi pa naman siya nag-iinit masyado. They need to be calm and composed.
Well, he's looking for effort, Ed. Hindi niya nakikita yung effort ng kanyang mga players on the floor. And sabi nga ni Paolo, no, he's used all of his players on the bench except for Freddy Abuda. So he's looking for any possible combination that can give him the effort that he wants from his team.
Mark Sandberg comes up with a shot from top of the key. Finally scoring his 4th point pa lang, mga kaibigan, dito sa larong ito. At pero para tatawagin as the Red Bull Barako advanced the leather into their front court. Now Coach Chot Reyes comes up to the referee to clarify something. It is a 23-point lead para sa Red Bull Barako here in the second quarter. Jimwell Torion has it. Off the pick by Homer set. Torion twisting pass to Junti. Valenzuela wala. Mark Sanford. Ito, if they can get some more stops like this and then convert on the other end. Wala pa. Gary David gets it back. Carriazo's fouled from behind by Homer set.
You see a little bit of effort now from Coca-Cola. And I think they're getting the energy from Ato Morano kanina in the bench niya, Jimwell Torion, forcing Jimwell to hold the ball for a few more seconds, longer than usual. And that disrupted the flow ng offense ng Red Bull. So good effort on the part of Ato Morano, defense against Jimwell Torion. Now let's see whether they can get good effort now on the offensive side.
And they've got to start now. Hindi po pwedeng palawigin pa itong kalamangan na ito, no? But there a miss by Mark Sanford. At tumaatake na naman ito Red Bull Barako, Jimwell Torion. Out to Lordy Tugade. Ito si Hart inside. Out to Jimwell. Getting around Ato Morano. Morano bangs into Jimwell Torion. Second personal on Ato Morano. And team foul number 5 on Coca-Cola. Alalahanin po natin mga kaibigan na kuha at napanalo ng Coca-Cola ang game number 1. Best of 3 lang ho ito, no? Ang unang koponan na makakakuha ng 2 laro ang siyang magwawagi at aabante sa ating finals dito po sa Fiesta Conference. Jimwell Torion missed the shot.
A second good defensive effort on the part of Coca-Cola, forcing a 24-second violation.
And Homer said not allowing Rudy Hatfield the easy transition point.
Actually, hindi pala 24-second violation yun. That shot came on time, but it was under time pressure.
Homer said just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Pangatlo na on Homer said.
Victor Thomas was sitting out the action for Red Bull, but he's about to check back in. Parang nasisense yata ni Coach Yang Yao na may konting momentum ngayon itong Coca-Cola because of the defensive effort.
Still, nakita nga natin some defensive stops here by Coca-Cola, and they're giving Red Bull Barako only one attempt at a time. That is a good sign, pero hindi naman sila nakakapag-samantala dito sa kabila. Although now Rudy Hatfield comes up with one free throw. And you look at the dejected-looking bench of the Coca-Cola Tigers. Who wouldn't be staring a 22-point deficit in the face? And Hatfield splitting his charities. Ardo na naman ang Red Bull Barako.
Alam mo, in a best of 3 series, Ed, you get the jump, you get game number 1, and it gives you a very, very false sense of security because biglang nagiging do-or-die situation sa kalaban mo eh.
That's right.
So you tend to get overconfident, and I think that's what might have happened here for Coca-Cola, thinking that under Tagana itong Red Bull, they started very, very slowly, and Red Bull just ran all over Coca-Cola in the first quarter.
Inabot ng goal to the gulat itong Coca-Cola Tigers. They didn't know what hit. They never knew what hit them. And up to this point, kailangan mauntog na magising itong Coca-Cola Tigers. If they want to make a game out of this, here's Mark Sanford. Sanford now to Jeffrey Carriazo. Open shot there for Jeffrey. Ayaw pa rin. And Hatfield trying to recover it. Stepped on the baseline before he bounced it off Jewel to
And even that didn't work.
Oo.
Sabi ni Rudy Hatfield,
nakakalungkot.
ano naman yun?
Lahat na lang ng gawin nila. Ayaw maging pabor para sa kanila. But, you know, these things, it really takes patience, ano ha? Kailangan tagain mo lang eh. Here's Victor Thomas. Parang napakadali na ginagawa ng Red Bull. Parang napakahirap naman ang ginagawa ng Coca-Cola. Yun ang storya dito sa larong ito, mga kaibigan. You can't really put your finger on it, but let's see, Gary David. Maybe they can get something out of this guy. The rookie, Gary David, scores on a jump shot. At 22 puntos ang kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako in the second quarter with 4:44 remaining in this period. Victor Thomas looking at Junti Valenzuela.
Thomas is out-jeweled Mark Sanford in the scoring department, 16-4. An advantage.
And Junti
More
Valenzuela.
local support here coming from Junti Valenzuela.
Valenzuela with a jump shot here. Jeffrey Carriazo. Mark Sanford looking around. Sanford pa rin ang tangan na bola binigay kay Rudy Hatfield against Nick Pinisi. Jeffrey Carriazo lamang kay Victor Thomas. This is what he does best. Pero si Victor Thomas ang tao sa kanya ron. Walang nakita si Jeffrey Carriazo nun eh.
Well, tinapot naman niya yung bola, no? Because talagang hindi niya nakita yung ring.
Oo, basta balibag na lang yung tira. Nick Pinisi just picked up his first personal foul out that loose ball situation.
What Red Bull has done is that they've taken away the extra pass ng Coca-Cola. No? And Coca-Cola now looking to go one-on-one. They don't have that extra pass to find the open man because cut off ang cutting legs nila. Red Bull playing excellent defense. Penalty situation going against Red Bull, giving David an opportunity to score some points. Ito started ng Red Bull at the point guard position, si Topex Robinson. Remember, of course, he sat out one game in the quarterfinals because of a sprain. And he told me just before this game that he is going to be playing hurt. Now, Rico Villanueva has not played a single second in this game so far. He sprained himself actually in game number 1. At malamang hindi rin siyang paglaro ni Coach Yang Yao, especially if the lead is
Kung ganito na lang,
big.
no?
Oo,
Sabi
hindi na
niya,
kailangan.
ang report sa atin kanina, baka pilitin na lumaro si Enrique Villanueva kung kinakailangan. Pero sa kasalukuyan, hindi po kinakailangan yan. Victor Thomas against Rob Wainwright. Ooh, pesky defense here on Victor Thomas, and Gary David will be called for that hacking foul in that situation. At nasa penalty na rin itong...
Yes, both teams are in the penalty.
Oh.
Kaya ito, napapagsapan natin si Rico Villanueva. It doesn't look like he'll play, especially if Red Bull continues to hold sway.
Pero naka-uniform yan, ha? Naka-uniform
At saka
yan.
nag-warm up.
Oo.
Pero at saka nakausap ko si Rico during the warm-up. Tinanong ko nga sa kanya, Rico, maglalaro ba tayo? Sabi niya, well, depende, no? Pero kung kailangan, sabi niya, pipilitin niya ang sarili niya. But that's the way he is. So he's got a heart of a lion, or rather heart of a bull.
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Samantala, patuloy pong humaratsyada itong Red Bull Barako. Victor Thomas at the line for a couple of charities. Made the first as well as the second.
And what a pickup for Red Bull. Ito si Victor Thomas in a situation where Red Bull was going from one import after another, and they were even contemplating on bringing in Julius Wosu. Pero sabi ni Coach Yang Gialne, we need a three-player, no? A three-spot player, because marami silang magagaling na malalaki. At masasayang naman ang playing time ni Damon Harp, ni Nick, ni Rico Villanueva. Kanya good decision on the part of Yang Gao, and that's why they're in the semifinals.
Samantala, Thomas from the corner. Nothing there. Gary David para sa rebound. Binigay kay Ato Morano. Morano waiting for his teammates. Gets it over to Mark Sanford. Sanford with the long jumper. Voila. And the loose ball picked up by Sanford himself. Ato Morano, three-pointer. Yes! The time! 21 po ang kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako. Lead was biggest at 25. Ngayon po, nasa 21. Victor Thomas cross-court to Vic Pinisi. Down low to the ball on Hart. Hart sees Juti Valenzuela. Set up job. Hindi pumasok ang tira. Ano po ngayon si Mark Sanford. Sanford met by Vic Pinisi. Out to Rudy Hatfield. Back to Sanford. Sanford trying to get foul. Offensive foul on Mark Sanford. First personal on Mark Sanford. Dito po sa ating second quarter na naman ito ng Red Bull Barako at the Coca-Cola Tigers. Meron pa tayo 2 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A pass inside to Gary David. Difficult shot. And here's the breakaway. Throwback Robinson his first 2 points of the game. Sabi nila, no, isa ito sa mga starting units na isa sa mga arkitekto ng pagratsyada nitong Red Bull Barako dito po sa larong ito.
Ito, makita natin yung ginagawa dito ni Topex. So, I mean, he's keeping step with Ato Morano every step of the way. And for Topex, this is only his 11th start in his 23rd game sa conference na ito. Oh!
Ang hirap naman ang pinagagawa niyo kay Gary David. Here's Victor
Saka walang foul.
And
ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Chotres.
Pumasok na.
Sabi niya, pat sa kabila, walang foul. Si Gary David went down as he charged in. Sabi niya, eto naman, may foul. Yun ang sinasabi ni Coach Chotres, and he entered the court. I think he wants a technical. He wants to find out his voice. Ito ang hinahanap ni Coach Chotres. Yun, yung foul. Ito yung nakita natin. Yung foul, well, there was contact. There was body contact. Clearly. But there was no call. At ito naman ang nangyari on the other end of the floor.
Ayun, ang malinaw.
Ayun, yan malinaw. Yan malinaw. Umiwas nga eh.
Parang off-balance siya eh. I don't know kung nabundol siya, no? Hindi ko masyado nakita.
Hindi, parang umiwas talaga eh. But Coach Chotres, from his point of view, feeling niya, ba't yung kabila, walang tawag, pero ito may tawag.
Kasi
sinasabi niya.
bumagsak si Gary David eh. Kaya, di ba, suspecha mo talaga. Pero siyempre, yun ang talagang, what Coach Chotres is trying to do really is fire up his boys.
I think so. I think his boys need firing up.
Kailangan ma-start ito, mag-jackrabbit.
Kita mo naman,
nakakawan pa ni Jose Valenzuela.
Easy walk in the park here. Valenzuela now in double figures.
Ito, napakahirap intindihin kung ano nangyayari dito sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Nothing just seems to be happening.
And on the other hand, you take a look at the intensity ng Red Bull. Grabe ang kanilang depensa rito.
High-level intensity here. Oh, yun! Throwback Robinson.
There was a switch and Robinson.
And here's Vic Pinisi. And kakat si Juti Valenzuela. Inabot kay Vic Pinisi. Sumobra lang. Medyo sumobra sa basahan. Pero, ayan, turnover para sa Red Bull Barako. It's more, you know, in that particular situation, medyo wounded pride lang yun.
Alam mo, hahaga ka dito kay Topex. Ang nangyari doon, he was caught in a switch. He was guarding Rudy Hatfield, pero na-anticipate niya na ipapasa yung bola kay Hatfield, and that's why he fronted Hatfield and got the steal. That's what you call an intelligent player.
Biggest lead of the game, 27 points for Red Bull. Ayun, si Mark Sanford na libre ng bahagya. Only 6 points so far para dito sa import ng Coca-Cola. And we have less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. 25 puntos ang kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako and Vic Pinisi. Jostling there with Woody Hatfield at top of the key. Victor Thomas getting away from Rob Wainwright. And the jumper is no good. Then Mark Sanford with the rebound. Merong foul na tatawagin.
That is off the ball!
Si Vic Pinisi.
Si Pinisi.
Holding foul on Big Pinisi. And, well, sabi nga natin, nasa penalty na po ang dalawang kumunang ito. So we're going to have two charities here for Rob Wainwright.
Ina-follow ba si Mick? Pinisi has 2 personal fouls, but you wouldn't think that Red Bull is ahead by 25 points with the way Mick Pinisi reacted after that foul. Alam mo, kinontes niya yung foul. Yun ang talagang intensity na pinapakita ng mga player on the floor, no? And you want that from your team, whether you're ahead by 25 or 5.
That's right. And Rob Wainwright makes the first free throw. Pabalik na naman si Homer Shea, who himself has 3 personal fouls. Look at this. Mark Sanford doing 2 out of 7 against Devon Harp. Did not score against Mick Pinisi and Victor Thomas. And he's looking at that graphic. Oh, is that so?
But I think Coach Yang Giao has also done an excellent job in platooning the defenders against Mark Sanford. No? Iba-iba ang mga defenders ni Sanford. And ito, that time, the defender worked. Si Wainwright ngayon ang dumepensa.
Kanina pa nag-defend si
Thomas, yeah.
Rob Wainwright kay Victor Thomas, and that seems to be working so-so. Ano si Ato Morano, tama kay Topex Robinson. Kanina pa nagpapatihulog ito si Topex Robinson to try and get an offensive foul. No such luck so far. Coca-Cola wanted to go to for the last shot, rather. Ato Morano will take the 3 from way out. And there was a chance to end action. Babalik po tayo mga kaibigan dito sa PhilSport Arena sa lungsod ng Pasig para sa pagpapatuloy po na larong ito ng Red Bull Barako at ng Coca-Cola Tigers sa kanilang best of 3 series dito po sa semifinal round ng Gran Matador Fiesta Conference ng inyong PBA. Magandang gabi po muli sa lahat ng ating mga taga-subaybay. Maayong gabi sa atong mga higala sa Timog, Pilipinas, labinadaha sa kabisayan ng Mindanao. O kiniandula sa Coca-Cola Tigers ang Red Bull Barako. Lamang ng 23 ang Red Bull Barako as Coca-Cola goes on their offense. Second opportunity here para sa Tigers. Cariaso gets it over to Hatfield over Victor Thomas. Ayaw. And Jim Torion sees Victor Thomas up ahead. Whoa!
Alam mo, maganda sana pasada ng Coca-Cola. They were looking for the open man. They were looking for the extra pass, but still couldn't find the basket. And on the other hand, Red Bull making it look so easy in transition.
Parang napakalaki ng contrast, napaka-clearing ng contrast dito sa paglaro ng Coca-Cola at ng Red Bull. Coca-Cola, if you look at them, parang bang wala sa focus di ba? Compared to what Red Bull is doing, they're just pounding it in there.
I think it's the intensity of the defense of Red Bull, not just taking Coca-Cola out of its rhythm.
Ito, merong agaw. Itong Coca-Cola Tigers, courtesy of Rafi Ribas, picking up that loose ball.
I think this is the most important quarter for Coca-Cola. No? They've got to make a run right here. Because if they wait for the fourth quarter, it will be too late.
Kailangan may babaan ng Coca-Cola to a more manageable level yung kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako. You can't overhaul a 23-point lead, with the blink of an eye. Kailangan yan, tsaga-tsagain mo Devon Harp at low post sees Lordy Tugande wide open for the 3-point shot. Doesn't get it, but the offensive board to Devon Harp. Mick Pinisi babies that shot. This time it rolls in. So balik na naman sa 23 ang kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako.
Nandiyan pa na ng hustle ng Red Bull, going for the offensive boards and getting the shot.
And then sabi natin, hindi nagpapabaya itong Red Bull Barako. They're not, sitting back on their big lead. Ang ginagawa nila, pukpuk pa rin. Kahit na malaki na po, lumobo na po itong kalamangang ito.
Well, ang idea dyan ni Coach Yang Giao is talagang to take the fight out of Coca-Cola and hoping that yung momentum ng Red Bull will carry over for the rubber match.
Well, tingnan natin mga kaibigan, ang gusto ng Coca-Cola, tapusin na itong serye ngayon. But they've got a lot of doing to do. Ito, si Mick Pinisi, papalitan ni Homer Shea para sa Red Bull Barako. Ito ang ilan sa mga player na sinasabi natin na kulang ang kontribusyon sa game number 1 kanya natalo ang Red Bull Barako. Si Mick Pinisi, si Homer Shea, si Jim Torion, lahat sila ngayon nagpapakitang gilas. Of course, si Enrico Villanueva, hindi pa ginagamit ni Coach Yang Giao. Sapagkat ang plano nila, pipilitin na sana si Enrico Villanueva despite his injury to play kung kinakailangan. Pero so far, they have not seen the need for that.
Villanueva is still sitting out the action. Well, nakita natin, full court press here by Coca-Cola. Ito, yung intensity level ng Coca-Cola looks like it's jacked up here a notch on defense.
Sana naman, for the sake of Coca-Cola, maging hudyat na yan na medyo nagising na nga itong mga manlalaro ng Coca-Cola Tigers at magkaroon ng inspirasyon para maibaba man lang muna. Diyan kailangan mag-umpisa eh. Kailangan ibaba muna yung kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako. So far, it is a monumental 19-point lead para sa Red Bull Barako. Homer Shea getting the miss of Devon Hart and putting back in.
Yun ang mabigat because that's another offensive rebound and putback for Red Bull.
So balik na naman sa 21, mga kaibigan na kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako.
And for Coca-Cola, kung naghahabol sila, no? And they need to be able to chop this lead down to maybe 10 points entering the fourth period. You cannot afford to give Red Bull second chance attempts.
Abantala, ito na naman sa Homer Shea with a pick and roll on the fast break play. Credit the assist to Lordy Tugade.
No look pass coming from Tugade.
Perfectly implemented, executed fast break play by the Red Bull Barako. Rivas sets up Johnny Abarientos. Abarientos off to Sanford. Hindi pumasok yung tira ni Sanford and goes out of bounds in favor of Red Bull.
And no chase for the loose ball by Coca-Cola that time. You know, we were talking about Tugade. What about Tugade's defense on Carriazo? That has also been very key. Carriazo has been limited to only 6 points. Sabi nga natin in the pre-game analysis that Carriazo has averaged 18 points the last 5 games of Coca-Cola, and the Tigers won them all.
Nakuha na ni Rafi Rivas yung bola. Inagaw pa ni Jimwell Torion.
Grabe itong hassle ng Red Bull. Remember, itong Coca-Cola has a 5-game winning streak entering this game.
And Coca-Cola is also attempting to get into their 5th straight finals appearance dito po sa PBA. Mabigat yan kung matatalisod po ng Red Bull Barako. Of course, meron pa tayong isa kung sakasakali man at hindi na makabalik itong Coca-Cola dito sa larong ito, magkakaroon po ng rubber match sa darating na linggo sa Araneta Coliseum naman yan. Coach Video heading it up. Eto na, fast break, and Carriazo holds Victor Thomas down. Pero sinasabi natin frustration na nothing seems to be going right para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. And you look at Coach Chot Reyes, that says it all.
And they give an advantage foul now for Victor Thomas. So he will be looking for free throws.
And Carriazo just picked up his 3rd personal foul.
Very clearly itong Red Bull, pag nakakuha sila ng turnover o kaya nakakuha sila ng rebound on the other end of the floor, takbuhan sila kaagad. Parang hindi sila undepleted eh. You know, they're playing with a depleted lineup, but the way they're playing and the way they're running the floor, talagang they want to bury Coca-Cola.
So hindi po ninyo inabot yung aming pag-uumpisa kanina. Si Denver Lopez, alam nyo, matagal na hindi naglalaro. Si Enrico Villanueva, bagamat naka-uniforme yan, may iniinda po yan, may sprain. Si Nelson Asaitono, hindi man na nagpakita rito ngayon sapagkat namamagaraw yung mukha, tinamaan yung mukha niya sa ensayo. So, yun po ang report kanina ni Paulo Trillo sa pag-uumpisa. In contrast, yung Coca-Cola Tigers naman, na maraming injury dati. Sila Coach Williams, Rudy Hatfield, si Mark Sanford, Johnny Abarientos, they're all healthy. Diba? Pero, nothing doing. Sabi nga. Ayun, si Sanford. Backdoor play, wala. Loose ball picked up by Sanford himself. Handing it out to Rudy Hatfield. Ano na? Hatfield gets it back. One more try. Ayaw pa na nakakuha na ng foul. Pati ako na po frustrate eh.
At si Rudy Hatfield is just shaking his head.
Yeah, well, you know.
Nandun yung pagkakataon, hindi na po pasok yung bola.
We can only imagine what he's thinking. I mean, you know, what's the guy to do? Lahat na ginawa niya, ayaw talaga pumasok yung bola.
Rudy Hatfield had a big game last time out. Nung game number 1, naka 17 points si Rudy Hatfield. But now, Hatfield has scored only 1 point? 1 point.
Yeah.
1 point.
Okay,
now 2 points. Talagang bilang na bigla ko.
Ayun.
Bilang na
Dalawang beses na nag-split yan, ha?
Oo.
Walang field goal si Rudy Hatfield. And a couple of times that he's been at the free throw line, nag-split pa.
Pero ba yung real ang rhythm ng Coca-Cola, even in the trapping defense, no? Too late yung pagdating ng trapper eh.
At dito, Johnny Abarientos had to give up the foul.
Eh kasi na-mismatch siya kaagad eh.
Oh.
And he was up against Victor Thomas.
He didn't have to, but he did. Yun yung frustration
Exactly.
seeping in. At it goes si Jimwell Torion trying to squeeze in between Johnny Abarientos and Rudy Hatfield.
Well, this is a nightmare for Coach Chot Reyes. No? I'm sure he didn't expect this kind of a blowout.
It's a nightmare for any coach. At sinasabi ka natin, which is the third quarter, we were expecting na yung Coca-Cola Tigers would show more verve and more energy para naman maimpisa ng konti itong napakalaking dilubyo na kanilang hinaharap. But so far, you know, they've had some brilliant moments, pero sandali lang eh. Binabalikan sila parati ng Red Bull. Ito sa Pochuino against Homer Set. Palpal na naman. Gidaw.
12 seconds to shot clock ng Coca-Cola. Again, the brilliant defense ng Red Bull. Coach Yeng Giao must be very pleased with the way his boys are performing. Parang they responded to the challenge. Do-or-die situations para sa kanila. Pero sabi nga natin, no? This Red Bull team, it is fierce, it is most ferocious when their back is against the wall. And
you know, I saw the reaction of Coach Yeng Giao when Rudy Hatfield scored that shot. He was shaking his head. I mean,
nagalit pa.
Bakit yung pinabayaan yun? That's the kind of... Ito pa. Ito, merong steal and Sanford. Oh, yeah. Ito. Binaba na somewhat ng Coca-Cola. Oh, another steal by Rudy Hatfield.
And they score.
Ayan.
Ito na. May konting momentum ngayon ng Coca-Cola. Look at them now, going for the trap.
But here's Victor Thomas in the front court. Thomas handing it off to Homer Set. And he wanted to give it back to Victor Thomas. There's another steal by Coca-Cola. Ito, tumatama si Johnny Abarientos out to Mark Sanford. And Punch Williams. Oh! That foul.
But there's a foul.
Oh, by Homer Set. That's going to be number 4 on Homer Set.
Well, biglang nagising ang mga fans dito ng Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It's still an imposing 18-point lead, but there's a little bit of a shift of momentum now.
Well, you got to start somewhere. Kung ang objective ay 15. Well, that's within striking distance. They are on the way there at the Pochuino ay nasa free throw line. The lead is 18 para sa Red Bull Barako. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
You know, there's still a lot of time here. Bintis sa first free throw. Parang tinapon lang ni Pochuino.
Carancho.
Cagayan de Oro City ba?
Love ko, PBA. Daghang salamat sa atong mga higala din sa Cagayan de Oro City. The city of friendly smiles yata. Sa Cagayan de Oro City. Maayong gabi kaninyong tanan diha sa Cagayan de Oro.
Sa Golden City.
65-48, 17-point lead by Red Bull Barako. Jimwell Torion hemmed in by Carriazo and Abarientos. Sues for time and then
Dalawang beses na nag-time out si Torion, no? In a tight spot. But ito si Rudy Hatfield, ano yan? Well, a little bit hot under the collar now because of the way things are going.
Rampage. That cut the lead down to 18 from 24. So ito mga kaibigan, ang turnovers now going against Red Bull. Oh, ayun pa. Montik na, makaagaw si Johnny Abarientos. Pero sinasabi natin, is this a portent of things to come?
Biglang nagising itong Coca-Cola, no? On the defensive end of the floor.
Medyo nabalikan po ang ihip ng hangin, bahagya. Ito si Victor Thomas working against Hatfield. Gets it down to Homer Set. Balik ulit kay Victor Thomas with the 3-point. Oh! That hurt. Masakit yun para sa Coca-Cola.
Well, nagkaroon ng switch yun. It was Hatfield on Thomas. Tapos biglang si Pochuino, and Thomas very comfortable shooting over Pochuino from the outside.
Reach inside and the handoff. Reverse left is no good. Homer Set Flags it down para sa Red Bull Barako. 5 minuto na lalabay dito sa ating third quarter. 20 puntos ang abante ng Red Bull Barako. Here's the Hart. Para Sanford.
Again, very basic ang ginagawa dito ng Red Bull. No? They go to the half court, they go to the big man at the slot.
Coach Chot Reyes is fuming about something. Probably thought tiki-taka.
Chot Reyes, he's on the floor. It's not a play court.
The Hart inside. Well, you can understand the feelings of Coach Chot Reyes. Medyo nakakabawi-bawi ng konti na yung kanyang kupunan. Pero biglang ganito ang mga pangyayari. The Hart is still down on the floor. I don't think he's that hurt. Papahinga lang ng konti. Well, wag po ninyong kalilimutan, no? Yung ating first game kanina, mapapanood nyo mamaya. No? Pagkatapos nitong larong ito, slightly delayed telecast of the game between Talk and Text and Barangay Ginebra. Alalahanin po natin, nagwagi ang Barangay Ginebra noong game 1, noong Miyerkules. Ngayon, gusto nyo malaman kung sino nanalo kanina. Pues, malalaman po ninyo, Alex, mamaya nila malalaman pag pinanood nyo.
Hindi natin sasabihin kung sino nanalo. Patalo sa exciting game.
Salbahe ito si Alex. Gusto mo pa ma-preempt yung ating replay. Medyo tagtsagay. Para naman exciting para sa inyo.
Yan.
Barangay Ginebra at ang Talk and Text. Game 2. Mapapanood po ninyo mamaya pagkatapos ito. Samantala, the Hart connects on the free throw and makes it a 21-point lead para sa Red Bull Barako. Here's Mark Sanford. Pagkatapos pala ng news, no? May news muna tayo pagkatapos itong game na to. After the news, mapapanood po ninyo ang laban ng Talk and Text ng Barangay Ginebra.
Here's another turnover against Red Bull.
Alright. Ito na naman ang Coca-Cola Tigers. Mark Sanford. Uy! Nag-big
Alam mo, maganda na, parang gumanda na nga ang depensa ng Coca-Cola, but on the offensive side naman,
ayaw pa rin
they continue to miss because yung depensa ng Red Bull is still there.
It's holding.
Oo. Hindi sila nagpapapaya.
Ito na, the Hart inside. Wala. Mark Sanford. Good defense by Sanford on Devon Hart that time. Here's Carriazo. Got Judy Venezuela up in the air. Pero ayaw din pumasok ang tira. Sa kabila, paano ba yan? Paano kayo uusad? Kung nadidepensahan nyo sa kabila, hindi naman kayo nakakascore dito sa inyo. Hindi gagalaw ang score na yan. 21 pa rin ang kalamangan ng Red Bull Barako. Jimbal Torion had to change his mind. Devon Hart is blocked. Oh, look at them diving. Si Homer siya, dumadive. Ito, magpapalit si Coach Chot Reyes ng mga player. Pabalik si Rob Wainwright at si Ato Morano for Johnny Abarientos and Jeffrey Carriazo.
Well, Morano had a solid first half.
Maganda nila rin
Especially because of his defense.
Well, relatively speaking.
So, tingnan natin if he'll be able to provide some quality minutes here. He had 6 points in the first half.
Out of his Mark Sanford playing the outside after Ponchvino. Rudy Hatfield, that category jumper is no good. Ato Morano flying high, but good timing there by Homer Set. Si Judy Venezuela, nasa front court na para sa Red Bull Barako. Tinitignan si Victor Thomas against Rudy Hatfield. At nagpapalakpakan yung mga players, rather mga fans ng Coca-Cola as Coach Chot Reyes has just dispatched Freddy Abuda. Freddy Abuda, no?
So all players now of Coca-Cola seeing action in this game. Si Abuda has played only 2 games in this entire conference.
Actually, maganda nilaro niya. Si Freddy Abuda. Didn't get the numbers, pero the usual, hustle play by Freddy Abuda. 3:05 to go here in the third period. Magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Imbag na rabi yung amin na Pulakay sa Northern Luzon. Ed Pixon po kasama si Pinito. Nakapatid si Homer She. Pochuino will be charged with that foul. So the ball line coverage from ABC Sports ng game number 2. Put planted.
Hinatid talaga. Naku. That was a bad fall taken by Homer She. Canice ball, but Homer She now at the line.
He's got a love affair with the floor.
Nabanggit mo kanina, no? Ito si Homer Zé had a breakout game during the quarterfinals. He had 20 points in Red Bull's victory over the U.S. selection.
He was cheering hot in that game. Samantala Portuino is going to be brought back to the bench as Rafi Rivas has reported back to duty para sa Coca-Cola Tigers. Homer Zé. 70-48, 22-point lead for Red Bull Barako. 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ato Morano may tangan ng bola para lamang kay Jumel Torion. Rafi Rivas to Mark Sanford. Sanford against Devon Hart. Tries to elevate. Wala. Rob Wainwright picks it up. Off to Rivas at the baseline. Got Victor Thomas out of the way.
An even 20-point lead enjoyed by Red Bull. Now Coca-Cola still trying to trap the ball carrier, pero hindi na gumagana, no?
Kick ball.
Well, their best trapping combination is Abarientos at Jeffrey Carriazo, and both those players are now sitting on the bench.
All right, tuloy-tuloy pa ng Red Bull at Coca-Cola dito sa ating third quarter. Yan po ang ating score.
And the penalty situation working against Coca-Cola, giving Red Bull more opportunity to score from the line. Another foul called against Coca-Cola. Si Rafi Rivas yata natawagan. Pangatlo na yan ni Rafi. And Victor Thomas continuing to score the points. 27 points na. Including 3 3-pointers. At ang kanyang katapat si Sanford, only 10 points.
Wow. Well, kung hindi pa niya inabot mga kaibigan, sa umpisa pa lamang, pumukpok na kagad itong Red Bull Barako. They went off to a 16-0 lead in the first quarter. Hindi po nakatikim ni minsan itong Coca-Cola Tigers ng kalamangan dito sa laro ito sa kasalukuyan. Hanggang ngayon, it is now a 22-point lead by Red Bull with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third.
But you remember, of course, it was si Victor Thomas. Laro yan for Santa Lucia back in the 2002 Governor's Cup. He played 11 games and averaged 24.6 points. Never came back to play again in the PBA until now. Ito si Coach Reyes, just walking away from the referee rather than get a technical foul, holding his peace.
Sabi nga natin, si Coach Chot Reyes has been using different tacks here. At one moment, he is zen-like in his composure. The next moment, he tries to breathe some fire into the bellies of his players, but neither strategies have worked sa kasalukuyan. Tignan natin. Meron po tayong 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bob Wainwright. That was a clear shot for Bob Wainwright. Homer Zé has it. Ito, nagtatakbuhan na naman itong Red Bull Barako. They slow it down somewhat. Half-court set para sa Red Bull Barako. Jumel Torion.
Ito, spreading the floor.
Mag-experimento na play.
That's a perfect execution.
Ganun ba kadali?
They spread the floor, giving an opportunity for a cutter to flash towards the basket. Alam mo, hindi nag-reaction depensa ng Coca-Cola.
Wala.
Pinanood na lang. Ito si Victor Thomas goes straight towards the basket.
Right there, Mark Sanford is able to penetrate and score almost unmolested off the glass. Jumel Torion into the front court against Tom Morano. This is a merciless performance here by Red Bull Barako.
There's another foul on Morano.
Naalala natin tuloy yung term ni kasama natin, yung mga natin kasama sa Joe Pansada. No prisoners. That seems to be the battle cry of Red Bull Barako in this game. Nakita niyo naman ito, yung play between Jumel Torion and Victor Thomas. Very simple. Natin. Simple na simple, pero hindi nakita yan ng depensa ng Coca-Cola Tigers at napatalikod bigla si
Morano took a step back from Torion, giving him an opportunity to throw that lob pass. Kung didikitan mo yung may hawak ng bola, hindi makakalampas si Torion.
And Jumel at the line. Maynel Hugnatan comes in for Rafi Rivas on the Coca-Cola side. Kanina pa po binabalasan ni Coach Chot Reyes, but he has been unable to hit on that magic combination that could at least whittle down this huge lead that Red Bull has erected from the first quarter.
Well, the Jimel Torion now has a total of 2 points only in this game.
Lindsay Valenzuela hands it off to Homer Shea. Here's Jimel. 2 points lang ba? Sabi
Oo, 2 points na lang.
Kala mo, papasok yung 3 points yan.
Oo.
Here's Ato Moranos. Ganda na pasa to Mark Sanford, but he's met upstairs by Devon Hart. Ito nga pinag-uusapan natin kinito, na yung depensa ng Red Bull Barako, hindi nagbabago. Ganun pa rin ang anghang ng kanilang depensa. Kung ano yung anghang ng first quarter na kung saan sila rumachada at nag-breakaway, hindi nila binabago. Ganun pa rin. Napakainit po ng pinakikitang laro nitong Red Bull Barako.
And you take a look at Red Bull's rotation. 38.6 seconds to go. Dalawa pa papasok dito for Coach Geng Liao. Talagang binabaon niya itong Coca-Cola. He's thinking ahead. He's looking at taking a major psychological advantage into game number 3 on Sunday. Binabaon niya talaga itong Coca-Cola para hindi na makabangon.
Alalahanin ko natin mga kaibigan, in game number 1, it was Coca-Cola who won the initial
and only by 4
game.
points.
91-87, yes. Pero dito, talagang gigil na gigil itong Red Bull Barako from the get-go. Sabi nga ng mga Amerikano.
Talagang dinudurog nila itong Coca-Cola, hoping that hindi na makabangon ito for game number 3.
Which
because
will
they would
happen.
be so devastated from this loss or taking an extra step that time.
Sabi nga natin, it will happen in a couple of days. So, ang iniisip ng Red Bull, hindi nga makarecover ito. Sapagkat maririndi na sila rito kung talagang mapapatuloy ng Red Bull Barako itong napakalaking kalamangan.
Well, it's a 23-point lead. So yung plano ni Coach Otres to bring down this lead to anywhere between 12 to 15, hindi matutupad, no? Let's see what this 3-point shot can do. Wala eh.
And Homer Shea flying high for that rebound. And there's the buzzer ending action for the third quarter of this game between Red Bull ang rachada sa first quarter. At doon sa third quarter, doon lang po nagkaroon ng even na score at 21 all. So naman nanatili po sa 23 ang kalamangan nitong Red Bull Barako.
Well, sa ating pag-umpisa dito sa fourth quarter, nakakuha ng turnover kaagad ang Coca-Cola because of their defense. Ready Abuda.
Yun ang sinasabi natin. Ready Abuda. Iba ang dinadala sa hardcourt. Bawat pasok niya. Nabubuhayan eh. Kapagkat he just has that uncanny ability to get right place at the right time. Here's Ato Morano to Mark Sanford. Back again to Morano. Inside to Sanford, and he is fouled hard by Homer Shea. He'll pick up his 5th personal foul.
Alam mo kanina, it was Freddy Abuda's defense on Homer Shea that forced him to make that pass na na-anticipate ng defender na si Ato Morano on Jimwell Torion. Or rather, sino ba yun? Si Topex Robinson.
Well, sa kasalukuyan, it is 76 to 55. And the glaring number here is that Red Bull has only allowed Coca-Cola 55 points after 3 quarters of play. You will note that the Coca-Cola averages about 92 points per game for this conference. Sa quarterfinals na, umabot pa ng 97 yun, almost 98 points.
At ang Coca-Cola in game number 1 had 74 points after 3 quarters. That's a major difference. 74 against 55.
That's right. Ayun, Victor Thomas with the rebound. Vic Panisi has the leather. And wisely gets it over to the front court. And there's a Topex Robinson. We are in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Labang pa rin ng 21. Or rather 20. Ang Red Bull Barako. Look at Topex Robinson getting another rebound. Has 7 boards in the game. Topex Robinson signaling the play para sa Red Bull Barako. Pinisi spots Victor Thomas inside against Hugnatan. And he will draw the foul from Reynal.
Well, in that situation, ang daming weapons ang Red Bull, no? Topex Robinson could have passed it off to Junti Valenzuela waiting for the pass for the perimeter jump shot. Nandun din si Mick Pinisi. Nasa labas din si Pinisi because tumitira ng presyon. Then you have a Homer Shea. Then you also have a Victor Thomas who's very quick around the basket, moving without the basketball. Kanya ang daming options for Red Bull to go to its several weapons.
However, Victor Thomas missing the free throw. We have Leo Benito coming in para kay Atom Morano sa panig ng Coca-Cola Tigers. Alam mo, maganda rito para kay Yengyao, para kay Coach Yengyao. His throat is getting a good rest. Alam mo naman niya, palasigaw yan.
Getting ready for game 3.
Oh.
Ako, I think that Coach Chotres has realized the futility of this game. No? At Hatfield, Abarientos, si Jeffrey Carriazo are now resting on the bench. At mukhang hindi rin sila ibabalik. Or kung ibalik sila ni Coach Chotres, it will just be for a token appearance.
Well, right now it is a 21-point lead para sa Red Bull Barako, and Homer Se's got to get away with a left-handed layup. Homer Se with 9 points in the game.
Coach Quino, ipapasok si Coach Chotres, and he might even replace Mark Sanford, who knows? So this could be the white flag being raised here by Coca-Cola. And why not? No, you preserve your key players for the bigger game on Sunday, which is the do or die for both teams.
Para naman hindi punong-puno ng frustration and despair yung katawan mo pagkatapos itong larong ito.
Kasi binabaw na ng Red Bull ito Coca-Cola. And you don't want your key players to feel that kind of frustration on the floor while the other team is burying you.
The Red Bull Barako so far has run roughshod over the Coca-Cola Tigers, but here, turnover by Red Bull Barako. Mark Sanford against Vic Denisi. Nice layup there for Mark Sanford. But they're still looking at a huge 19-point deficit. Throwback Robinson in the front court against Leo Benito. Ito sinesenyas ni Throwback ang play. They go to Victor Thomas against Nathan. And
turnover. Nakaapak doon. But again, ito yung versatility ni Victor Thomas na napapansin natin. No? He can play the outside, he can post up. He gives you so many options and so many... so he has such a wide variety of shots sa kanyang arsenal.
Well,
may foul doon si Topex.
well, he dove for that basketball.
Pero talagang nagpapakamatay si Topex.
Well, nakita naman natin kung gaano yung intensity na pinakikita nito si Throwback Robinson and the rest of the Red Bull cast. Pumunta nito si Victor Thomas. Very deceiving kasi ito si Victor Thomas. Kung titingin mo titingnan mo parang manipis ang katawan. Compared, of course, doon sa ibang mga imports. Tapos hindi naman siya malaki. He's not tall. He's not spectacular, but he delivers the goods. That's the important thing. That's why Coach Yengyao has opted to stay with him. Mark Sanford. Ponchino picks it up. Back to Sanford. And he goes up. Then it's foul.
Pushing foul on number 16, Homer Se.
Good night. Good night there para kay Homer Se. But, well, he was able to redeem himself tonight after a ho-hum performance in game number 1 where he didn't score anything. Now he has 9 points with a bulwark on defense and rebounding.
So -2 na mga big men, or actually -3 big men for Coach Yengyao. Asay Tono, nakalaro. Enrico Villanueva, malamang hindi na maglalaro. And that's Homer Se was fouled out. But I think it's going to be a good sign then for Coach Yengyao, because by the time Sunday rolls, partner, baka makalaro na ito si Rico Villanueva. He will need that extra couple of days rest to get ready for that big game.
Well, nabanggit nga natin kanina na ang balita sa atin, kanina ang balak nila pilitin si yung sprain, yung pilay ni Enrico Villanueva, ilalaro nila. Pero nung nakaransyada sila ng ganito, hindi na ko kinailangan. So that's a bonus para sa Red Bull Barako, mga pagpapahinga. Ito si Enrico Villanueva. Big Teresi from the side.
And he can still rest another day bukas. Bago sila maglaro muli on Sunday.
Malaking bagay yan para mabigyan ng pagkakataon na gumaling. Imbis na bugin mo yung pilay ngayong gabi, pahinga ang maibibigay. That's injury.
Ang rotational player ni Coach Chotres, hindi na sinasali sina Hatfield, si Abarientos, pati si Rafi Ribis, nando na. Sitting on the far end of the bench. So puro mga shock troopers na lang nasa loob for Coca-Cola.
Parang just a matter of time, 8 minutes and 43 seconds to be specific, to be exact. Ito, yung starters ng Coca-Cola, 33. Si Victor Thomas mag-isa, 33.
Naku, Diyos ko.
Ano ibig sabihin niya? Doesn't take a nuclear scientist to figure that out.
Oo. But an air ball here from Victor Thomas.
Well,
Okay lang. Meron naman siya 33 points. Kaya,
pagbibigyan ni Coach Yang. Sige na ito. All right, Coca-Cola Tigers. They are down by 20. Wainwright. The closest that Coca-Cola has come to the lead of Red Bull Barako after Red Bull led 16-0 was 17 back in the sometime in the third quarter. Pagkatapos rumachada na naman ang Red Bull, iniwanan na naman nila itong Coca-Cola. Hindi ko makausad-usad, no?
Oo
Ito Coca-Cola,
And Mark Sanford played for the University of Washington.
And makikita ninyo sa body language, ng mga players ng Coca-Cola dyan sa bench, kung anong nararamdaman nila. Gusto na nila matapusin ito Di ba? Kumbaga, bukas na sana ngayon. And kulitan on Sunday. Well, of course, hope springs eternal, sabi nga nila. So you got to be working in there. Yun, si Mark Sanford, at a shot clock. Adams Leo Avenido to the front court. Avenido off to Pba Fiesta. Abuda inside. Steal by Junti Valenzuela. Valenzuela scooting into the front court. Nice fake. And a nice block again by Sanford, aided by Rob Wainwright. 18 puntos po ang abante ng Red Bull Barako. Meron tayong on to the Mount Hart against Pba Fiesta.
Ito, makita natin ang kompetisyon ni Coach Yang Diao sa loob ng court. Hindi nakasali yung kanilang import. So this is a big luxury on the part of Red Bull, playing importless. And they're holding on to an 18-point lead. Alam mo kanina yung timeout ng Coca-Cola, hindi man lang nagsalita si Coach Chotre sa kanilang mga player, no? At he used that timeout actually to talk to the referees to say, ano ba, clarify din kung ano nangyari dito, no? Because natatawagan sila ng foul, yung kabila naman daw, hindi. So, yun ang parang taing ni Coach Chotre, no? I don't know whether that's legitimate or not, pero I think he just wants to get the referee's attention.
Well, you gotta try everything now. With this kind of a situation.
I think, he's just trying to work the referees in anticipation of the big battle on Sunday, because hindi na niya binabalik si Barrientos, si Carriazo, si Hatfield. His key players are sitting on the bench, and it doesn't look like they'll be playing again. Yan ang mga key players ni Coach Chot Reyes, who are going to be resting, I think, the rest of this game for that rubber match, do or die, on Sunday.
Araneta Coliseum po gagawin dyan.
Tsak na punong-puno Araneta Coliseum for that one. A big duel in the offing here, Coca-Cola and Red Bull. Rubber match.
Well, naibaba na ni Mark Sanford yung kalamangan to 16. Come on, Hart trying to retaliate on the other side. This could be the closest that Coca-Cola
if they score
can
here.
Come.
They hit a three-pointer here. Well,
a three-pointer. 14 na lang. 14 na lang.
Lumalaban. I might have spoken too soon. This is just a 14-point lead, 7 minutes to go.
Miguel Torion, tuloy-tuloy, wanted to get it back in a hurry, but basket is not going to be counted. Is it?
It looks like counted.
Yeah, it's counted. Actually,
malaking bagay yun for Red Bull. And Coach Yang Giao, sensing an uprising here, is trying to bring back, yes, he will now bring back Victor Thomas.
Pinalitan si Junti Valenzuela ni Victor Thomas, panig ng Red Bull Barako. Jim Altorion can come up with a three-point play opportunity and bring the lead back to 17. But he misses on that free throw. Mark Sanford, gigil na gigil dito, Kakaiba, pinakikita ni Mark Sanford sa kanyang mukha, no? Ito.
Siya kumakayod ngayon,
Ayan na. Dilabas, kaya Morano. Morano, kick out to Rob. Wait back with the three-point shot. Not there, but they get it back. There's Avenido to Ato Morano. Stanford asking for the leather. He will try the three-point shot. Wala. And Nick Pinisi comes down with the rebound para sa Red Bull Barako. Here's Victor Thomas. As Avenido claims he got it on the kisser. Pinisi, three-pointer. Wala. Reverse by Lordy Tugade. Balik na naman sa 18. Ang kalamangan ng Red Bull. Coach John Reyes has just dispatched Will Antonio to the officials table here. Rob Wainwright, Freddy Abuda. Sanford against Victor Thomas. Goes up, misses the shot. Thomas para sa rebound. 4-on-2. Jimwell Torion. Following jumper by Jimwell, and a foul is going to be called. Leo Avenido. Papasok din ito sa Reynel Hugnatan. Kasama ni Will Antonio as soon as they're acknowledged. Jimwell Torion at the line.
Ayan si Leo Avenido, nakangiti na lang. I think he disagreed with that call.
Oh.
And Coach Otres is also getting the Coca-Cola fans to applaud. Focus natin si Coach Otres kaya.
Coach Reyes is leading
Yeah.
the applause.
He's applauding, and he's getting all the Coca-Cola fans to also applaud with him.
Well, alam natin, sarcastic ito.
Oo, sarcastic yan. But these are all psych tactics now. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, ang pakiramdam kasi nila kanina, pakiramdam nila na-foul sila yung Avenido pero walang tinawag. Kasi dito sa kabila, si Avenido natawagan. Here we come, Leo Avenido.
Pero yung 16-0 opening lead ng Red Bull. Ayun that was unforgivable. If you're Coca-Cola, hindi sila naka-arangkada at all to stop that surge.
Jimwell Torion, this is on the fast break play, and a loose ball foul is going to be called. And that's scramble for the rebound. We see number 10. That would be Ato Morano.
That's a penalty.
And again, the Coca-Cola fans break out into an applause to dramatize what they perceive to be an injustice. Well, that's very...
Well, you know, an 18-point lead, I don't think you can, you can make a case for, against officiating. I thought Red Bull just played harder. They showed more effort. Yung aggressiveness at intensity level nila.
Iba talaga eh.
Iba talaga kung back against the wall. Itong Red Bull responded to the challenge. And there's Mark Sanford now. He's sitting on the bench. So white flag na to for Coach Chot Reyes.
Nakikita niyo yung body language, ha? Yung bench ng Coca-Cola nakalugmok. Itong nasa Red Bull, relax na relax eh.
Ito talagang hinahabol pa nila itong possession ng Coca-Cola. Oh. Look at the way they're contesting the shot. Grabe ito.
Ang dikit ng depensa. Ato Morano, however, slices the middle pero ayaw pumasok. And it's picked up by Lordy Tugade out to Victor Thomas in the front court. Thomas sinulubog ni Freddy Abuda. And Red Bull Barako, they're not going to be in a hurry. They've got 13 on the shot clock. Victor Thomas out to Nick Pinisi. Back again to Thomas with a three-point shot.
Matindi pa din itong ang depensa ni Freddy Abuda. He took away the dribble drive ni Victor Thomas and forced him to take the outside shot.
Leo Avenido inside, entangled with Victor Thomas, and a foul is going to be called on Thomas. That's going to be 2 shots on Leo Avenido. 20-point lead. Ito ang
Coach Yao still keeping Victor Thomas on the floor along with starting lineup yata ito ni
yan ang starting lineup niya.
Hindi.
Si Lordy na wala.
Pero si Harpen Pinisi, who started this game, are on the floor along with Thomas.
Ito, PBA replay. Bukas ho ito. Alas 4 hanggang alas 7 ng gabi. The game between Santa Lucia Realty and Ginebra, which happened June 6th. this year. Lordy Tugade away.
Another dunk shot coming from Tugade. Now in this quarter, for Coach Shot Reyes, only 2 locals have scored. Abuda with 2 points and Avenido with 1 point. So it's almost been an all Mark Sanford show dito sa 4th quarter for Coca-Cola. Sanford now has 22 points.
Bigat ng mga pangyayari dito para sa Coca-Cola. Will Antonio. Yes.
Now in this quarter, sabi nga natin kanina, hindi na naglaro sina Barrientos, Hatfield at Carriazo. At may foul pa dito si Will Antonio, shooting na naman ng Red Bull.
Alright, penalty situation po ito. At bibigyan po ng dalawang pagkakataon sa Jimwell Torion.
Torion only 6 points in game number 1. Actually, meron lang siyang 4 ngayon, no? Oh, he continues to miss from the line.
He and Topex Robinson have been alternating at the point guard slot. Hindi nakalaro ito si John Ordonio. But, well, Jimwell and Topex have done quite well. Just a point guard slot.
At saka si Victor Thomas is now recalled to the bench. So he finishes the game with 35 points. Scrap time na lang ito. But alam mo, it's also interesting to find out how the players respond to a situation like this, no? Especially yung mga role players ni Coach Shot Reyes.
Reynald Hugnatan, you can't fault him for not exerting any effort. Makita niyo naman, talagang lahat na ginawa niya, pero wala talagang nangyayari so far.
Well, I'm sure what Coach Shot Reyes wants from his boys is that lumaban sila, no? These last 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Laban sila para hindi masyadong magandang momentum ng Red Bull going to game number 3, no? And of course, the shock troopers, they also want to be able to show that they deserve the playing time that they're getting right now.
Well, sometimes, ilang beses natin nakita dito sa PBA, no? Minsan, yung mga dito sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, nakikita natin discovery. Yung mga hindi masyado nakapaglalaro, no? And, well, yun, may agaw from Leo Avenido. Well, they'd like to bring this down to a more respectable.
Yes, and this is what I'm saying, no? Ang gusto ni Coach Shot Reyes, lumaban sila until the very bitter end.
And it is outside for Coca-Cola. Junti Venezuela lost the handle there.
And Freddy Abuda's defense again. Walang kupa siya ng depensa ni Freddy, ha? Nandiyan pa rin. Forcing that turnover right there sa harap natin.
Yeah. David to Reynald Hugnatan. Ito nga sinasabi mo, ganito yung mga shock troopers. Kung minsan, kailangan sila na ang pangalaro mo para naman maiba eh. Maiba yung takbo eh. Diskarte. Ooh, difficult shot by Jimwell Torion. In and out. Was spat out by the goal there.
But sandali, may foul against Torion. Penalty situation on Red Bull.
14 na lang ito, ha?
Bababa ito sa 12 with 2:51 to go.
It's not impossible.
It's certainly not impossible. A string of 3-point shots will put Coca-Cola back into this game.
As we said, it's not impossible. We might feel it's improbable. Pero
ano kaya? Will Coach Otres bring back Mark Sanford? Will he bring back Abarientos? Bababa ito sa 12 na lang.
Freddy Abuda.
There's Sanford. He's sitting on the bench. Thomas, ganun din. Nakaupo na din sa bench.
2 minutes and 51 seconds to go. Mahaba yan. Pinisi recovers it para sa Red Bull Barako. Swarming defense here being employed by Coca-Cola on the ball carrier. Ito si Pinisi. And then rightly, Pinisi says, let's not hurry this. Tayo lamang eh. Nabitawan ni Jimwell Torion. And here come the Tigers. Reynal Hugnatan leaving it to Gary David, and he scores to cut the lead down to 11. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Near steal by Reynal Hugnatan.
May deflection pa sila. There's Coach Shot Reyes. Ito yung effort na sinasabi natin. Now, if Coca-Cola will lose this game, they will lose this game fighting down to the last second.
That's what they'd like to be able to do.
Nako, ito.
May pumasok ang tira ni Lordy
They could
Tigade.
bring down this lead to just a single digit.
Here's Will Antonio. Antonio gets the ball high. Here's Reddy Abuda as we go to the last 2 minutes. Brought to you by Hope, the luxury cigarette. Jim Weltorion claims it para sa Red Bull Barako. Here's Lordy Tugade. Again, ayun, sabi mo, hindi naman kailangan mag-apura. The lead has been cut down to 11 points by Coca-Cola. And Lordy Tugade draws the foul. So, pupunta po si Lordy Tugade sa free throw line. Whoa! Hindi rin pumasok. One more for Lordy. And it is an even dozen lead once again para sa Red Bull Barako. Will Antonio trying to crash into the paint. And as Leo Benito goes up, merong foul na tatawagin. LeBron Harper to foul number 4. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining. Semi-final round game. Game number 2 of the best of 3 series between Coca-Cola and Red Bull Barako. Sa pagpasok po dito sa laro ito ng mga Coca-Cola ay 1 game. They could have won it outright. Kung sila po nagugili dito sa laro ito. Pero by the way it looks, mukhang magkakaroon po tayo ng game 3 sa linggo.
Well, Ed, with 1:25 to go, mukhang nagkakainitan dito, no? Now, some key players of Red Bull still on the floor. You do not want them to get involved in any sort of altercation that might merit a suspension or something like that, no? So, you don't want this to happen. And here's another foul by Coca-Cola at si Coach Rodriguez talagang tuwan-tuwa siya, no?
I'm sure hindi siya natutuwa, pero pinagtatawanan niya.
Yes. Yan ang sarcastic applause ni Coach Reyes. But, you know, again, I don't think this is an indictment on officiating. I thought Red Bull just played a solid game to win this one. And you can't take that away from them. 16-0 opening to set the tone for this game.
At talaga walang humpay yung atake ng Red Bull on both ends of the court. Yung depensa nila, yung offensa nila, napakaganda. No?
I thought by and large the officiating was okay.
Alright, wala ko reklamo. Mario Benito. Exeter foul. Ito, kanina pa po talagang pinipressure ng Coca-Cola ang ball carrier. Here, the fast break happens para sa Red Bull Barako. Lead is 11 para sa mga kabataan ni Coach Yan Giao at 93-82. Well, medyo lumobo na lang yung mga numero dito, no? Pero in the first 3 quarters, nakita natin na talagang yung depensa ng Red Bull held Coca-Cola down.
Now, this is just a 9-point lead by Red Bull at tag-foul pa ang Coca-Cola dito to stop the clock. There's Victor Thomas. Great game for him, and he is our choice for best player. Who else?
Itaas mo, best player of the game, brought to you by San Miguel, by Victor Thomas, na hindi mo gaano napapansin, pero, you know, he had some spectacular shots there. May pagkakamera siya ito si Victor Thomas.
Natusok yata ang mata eh. Sino nakatusok to? Si John Ordonio yata nakatusok to sa mata ni Victor Thomas. Naku, baka ma-injure pa sa team number 3 in a freak accident. He's got an ice pack now in his eye.
Mukhang masakit talaga. Raydel Hugnatan. Cuts it down further. Sabi nga natin medyo respectable lang. Yun lang hinahanap ng Coca-Cola sa puntong ito, no? Na hindi maging masakit sa mata yung final score.
Namang okay naman ang objective ni Coach Chodres, because ito, looks like they still might be able to score. Naku, they still do.
Ayun, sila Toyo. Ayun pa rin, Gary David, finally.
So the lead has been brought down now to just 7 points.
Yun ang sinasabi natin, medyo mas respectable yung mga numero.